Can you freestyle rap at all?
Not yet.
Doesn't it appear to be extremely coincidental that you guys arrest people right outside of Governor Newsom's press conference? Is this really just a show of power?
Patriots, this is Secret Service Sam. Welcome to Samson's World. Holy cow, it is wet Wednesday. I hope you guys are doing good. It literally is wet here in Los Angeles. Los Angeles looks terrible in rain. I will say that. We are the sunny Golden State for a reason. And but we keep it on trucking. I can't complain. Obviously, everywhere else in the country is getting snowed in or hammered or cold or whatever it is. Wishing you guys lots of love today. Come on into the mix, Patriots. That's right. That's right. This is Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your world collide. An insane day today. Pam Bondi was sitting in front of Congress today. She was in the hot seat, baby, being asked a lot of questions. Hey, Silky Sweet, how are you doing? So lovely to have you here on the feed. I hope you're doing well. You know, I realize every single day with this administration, and it's always like this with Trump, you know, when you have an attention horror for a president who's a reality star. It's funny, they call it transparency. I call it annoying the shit out of me. I wish, you know, we could go back. Like, you know, I certainly don't love Joe Biden. I certainly didn't love Bush. I did like Obama a lot, but I just like it when our politics are not pop culture. You know, the guys of South Park said it best. Everybody's like, why are you guys only mostly politics now? And I said, because that's what this administration does. They force you to have to every single day pay attention. And, you know, I was talking to somebody about it, that it's almost at the point that if you don't say something, you know, the old, you know, if you see something, say something. If you don't talk about it, you know, you have to question somebody now. We're at the point where it's not okay to just sit on the sidelines anymore in the United States. From Australia here, I feel so bad for you guys, hoping you guys get out of it soon for your sake. Thank you, Andre. Broadcasting live to YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. I mean, I'm all over the web now. And what I like to do about my show, if you don't know, it's a town hall meeting. It really is, because we're at a point in our society where nobody can talk to each other. If you look on all these shows, all the pundits are just yelling at each other. You know, you suck, you did this. I keep glitching. Silky, interesting. Okay, maybe let me see what's going on. I mean, I think we're looking good. Internet is up. Let me know if I'm glitching wherever you guys are. Doing okay, and got news crews across the street as old steakhouse owner kidnapped and drugged a lady. Oh my God. That happened at the Sizzler. Jeez, Lord, he's putting the Dizzler in at the Sizzler. Keep glitching. Am I doing a little bit better now? Let me know how I'm coming through. Yes, glitching there too. That's interesting. Let me see if I'll let the feed come up. I wonder if it has anything to do with my title that Maga was lied to. Let me know in the comments, guys. Thank you, Jillian Hans, for letting me know. Guys, let me know if you're hearing me loud and clear. If there's any glitching, let me know. Sometimes that happens. I see the faces of traces that left on my soul. Just singing a little Bob Seger. Drinking a little bit of my coffee. Big Steve up in the mix. Welcome to the feed. Welcome to the feed. Guys, like I said, my goal with Samson's World is to be a town hall. And no matter if you're far left, if you're far right, if you're in the middle, if you're not into politics or anything at all, there's no time to sit on the fence anymore. It's no longer okay. You know, be like, oh yeah, I don't really pay attention to that stuff, Sam. What's going on in the world? Tell me. I don't even know. It's no longer okay to sit on the side of the fence because your complacency is your silence is violence at this point. Like, it has come to a point in the United States where every single American is going to be pushed to draw a line in the sand. Now, that doesn't mean you have to pick a side. Am I on left? Am I on right? Now it's down to your morals, what you believe. You know, I had a guy on the other show, Texas Air Gunner. He I would say is pretty extreme MAGA. And I love the human psyche. I believe in trying to reach across the aisle and see why people are upset, why they think the way they do. And am I still glitching? Some people in the comments are saying I'm glitching. Please let me know. Happy Wednesday, E. Woods in the chat. Hey, chat. Hey, everybody. All my patriots. Let me know if I'm glitching in the comments, guys. It shouldn't be. Everything is a go. But I think it's an important time. No volume? I don't get what that means. You guys, can you hear me? I imagine that people can. All my audio stuff is on. I don't know. I wonder if sometimes YouTube messes with me because of my content. Stop glitching there. Okay. Can hear you. Thank you very much, liberal triggerer. I am imagining you like to trigger the libtards. All right. You know who I really, all good video and audio. Thank you so much, guys. What I love, or I don't love, is Greg Gutfeld. I see him on that The Five with Jessica Tarlov or whatever her name is. I don't know how that lady sits there, and he's so smug. And they were just talking about children that have been kidnapped or left behind by ICE, and he's just laughing. And I just think we're getting to a point in our society, or we've gotten to a point where humanity has left the chat. Empathy has left the chat. Nobody, you know, people are just thinking about themselves. And I see, you know, Pam Bondi today, she's talking about the Dow is up 50,000, the Dow. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have a stock portfolio. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Again, what is going on? Is it my intranet? Let me let it buffer itself out. But it's come to a time where, you know, it's more about who you are, what you believe. Yes, maybe the stock market, it had a record day. That's wonderful. But it's hard to celebrate money when people are hurting so badly. Glitchy for sure. You pause, then start again. Interesting. People are still saying it's glitching. If it's glitching so much, guys, I can attempt to come out, to go and come out. Let me maybe try one thing. I'm just gonna maybe the internet, Sam. Silky sweet. Okay, give me a second. Let me plug my computer into the power. Just bear with me for 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. Hang on. Hang on, everybody. I'm coming back. The glitch is witching out. Let me see if I give a little juice, if that has anything to do with it. All right, I'm back. How are we looking? How are we sounding? Host got that Obama internet. That's right. I got the Obama phone. I'm broadcasting live off my Obama phone. Farm to fork for soil, banks and water tables, also to support local folks. Yeah, I think the thing is, guys, as I was saying, okay, so the stock market is doing great, right? The Dow was up 50,000 points or something like that, they said. You know, the Dow hit 50,000 for the first time ever. But you know what? the Epstein files. And people keep saying, why are we talking about it? Why are we, because God works in mysterious ways. And the truth shall always come to the light. I think that's one thing I've always believed that bad things, bad people, you hope eventually they're caught and they're brought to justice. And I think that's just where we are. America is at a reckoning. And people say, why didn't Biden do this? Why didn't Bush do this? Why didn't Obama do this? Why didn't Clinton? And the answer is because they're all the elite. They're all the corporate elite. And they're covering for each other. Even Donald Trump said it himself. There's a lot of friends on that list. There's a lot of my friends I don't like to do. But I hate to say it, Donald. If your friends are pedophiles and are hurting kids, they need to be taken down. There is no salvation for pedophiles. And what I realize about humans is I think pretty much everybody can agree on that. Now, I have heard some extreme people say, oh, I don't care. And those are obviously sick individuals. But when prisoners, the worst of the worst, the rapists, the murderers in prison can all agree on that pedophiles die. When a pedophile goes to prison, they die. They are killed instantly. And I think that's where we're at now. It's not partisan anymore. It's whoever, as Jasmine Crockett said, whoever is on those files. And I am willing to lose my heroes. Not that any of the people really are my heroes on that island, but I'm willing to give it up. I'm willing to give it up for the victims. And did you see Pam Bondi today? They asked her, the Epstein victims are literally behind her. And they said, raise your hand if you have submitted evidence and you've tried to get through to the DOJ to get help and to give your testimony, and raise your hand if you did not hear back. And all of them raised their hand. Pam Bondi is not even, that's the thing. They're covering for all of these billionaires. And Pam Bondi, Donald Trump, all she's talking about is the Dow. How are you talking about stocks when we're talking about the largest pedophilia ring in the world ever? Not Megyn Kelly. She doesn't care what they do to children unless they're 5. Yes, exactly. Felson133 on Instagram. I remember that when Megyn Kelly said, look, they're barely legal. It's not. No, this is disgusting. Like this thing, I saw Jeffrey Epstein allegedly purchased 330 gallons of sulfuric acid, which I don't know if you know, that disintegrates bones. Like I'm seeing pictures from the Epstein files where there's 2 chickens and then to what looks to be like a toddler's leg. I mean, this thing gets satanic and it gets deep. It gets so deep. I don't even think any of us can fathom what the rich elite have been up to for all these years. And I understand it. It's kind of like Diddy. When I covered the Diddy trial, you see when somebody has money and power and there's nobody who can tell them anything, the human mind will say, well, all right, I've had a threesome. I've shot some deer in the forest. Let me combine all these sick things in my head. And you know what? I'm going to live out any fantasy I want because I have enough money. These billionaires, Jeffrey Epstein knew exactly what he was doing. I hate calling him an intelligent person. Every time I see him talk, he's like talking about, philosophy and all this weird shit when, you've seen that Steve Bannon interview going around. But it's really disgusting. Like, I really think most of us regular humans cannot even fathom. It is like a pedophile's paradise is what Epstein Islands was. And it went beyond pedophilia. I mean, we're seeing videos that look like they were torturing kids. All you libtards do is lie. You're all delusional and deranged morons. Thank you, AF. No one cares what you think. Please let Donald Trump run in 2028. If he can, Obama can too. Now, here's something I have to respond to that. It's not in our Constitution. As much as I would love to see the Obama-Trump smackdown, I think Obama could probably come back and wipe the floor with him. It's not constitutional. You know, our 22nd Amendment does not allow for a president to serve 3 terms. Now, Marian Edelman, or whatever her name is, who gave $250 million to Donald Trump's campaign, she was his top donor. She says, Mr. President, I was talking to Alan Dershowitz, and he says there is a way to run. Because what they're trying to do is it says consecutive terms. You cannot run 3 consecutive terms. But the thing is, Donald Trump didn't do 2 consecutive terms, right? He had he was president, then Biden won, now he's president again. So they're trying to say it's not consecutive. Savannah Guthrie is about to be in some serious shit. Yeah, that's crazy too. We're dealing with also Savannah Guthrie's mother was alleged, kidnapped. Then we saw the video that came out of this guy. Then I saw they went after this DoorDash driver, which was really spooky because they said they tracked him down by his eyes, right? And when we do the smartphone and you open it up, your eyes, and the guy said, of course, he was innocent. They took him in last night, and nothing happened. But honestly, yeah, I won't be surprised at this point if Samantha Guthrie has something to do with the disappearance of her mother. I hate allegedly. And that's the thing. I don't feel like, can we trust the FBI? Kash Patel is just like flying around the world with his girlfriend on jets and everything. And Kash Patel said, day one, I'm going to go after the Epstein files. You know who's in control of that little black book? The FBI director. Well, Kash, why are you not cashing in? Dan Bongino, the godfather, the podfather, went back to podcasting because he could not stand the heat. There was nothing funnier than seeing Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, and they're just saying, so there's no evidence that Jeffrey Epstein did anything, or he killed himself. Like, yeah, from everything we've seen, yeah. As Dan Bongino's hairline is just crawling back as he's lying. But let's just, Kash Patel. Why is Kash Patel always look like he's in trouble? Do you guys notice, like, anytime he stands behind people, he's like, his eyes are so bugged out. And do you know they have these little burn books when they're in there? Let me just show you this excerpt today from Pam Bondi's hearing. I think it's Senator Lou who was grilling the hell out of her. They're all coming down, guys. I don't know if you feel like you're good at telling when people are lying, but when Pam Bondi, they ask her a question and she has this burn book and she looks on, she's like, yeah, Mr. Lou, well, what about California? It's #1 in syphilis. And what do you do? It's just like deflection to protection of these pedophiles. Epstein was arrested under Biden. Where are all the Epstein files? Yeah, I don't know. I am guessing, and we say this every single day. Somebody says, why? Oh, this is hilarious. I'm just literally, as I'm saying it, I'll read it. Everybody, every day. Why didn't Biden release the Epstein files? Because they're all on it. They are all part of it. This is not anything, you guys, that is Republican or Democrat. And we should all be able to release ourselves from it. Release the files, but it should feel good to yourself. Yes, pedos are attacking the people who released the files. Why is Pam Bondi protecting Donald Trump so much? It should just, Trump is a genius. His second term, he made sure to get loyalists, people who were not going to question him because he knew these Epstein files are very damning. There is a witness statement that I'm going to play this clip. It is disgusting. A limo driver who claims allegedly to have heard Donald Trump talking to Jeffrey Epstein on the telephone and Donald Trump talking about raping a girl. And then this little girl ends up dead, head blown off. And the cops are like, that didn't look like a suicide at all. Just let's watch this and listen.
Of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face?
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a
Guilty, exactly. Tammy, this is a question I get. I continue to get asked, and I need everybody to hear me. Why didn't Biden, Obama, or Clinton use the files against Trump? Because Clinton appears to have gone to the island. Because I think they all knew that this would take every single thing down. I think what we have to understand is really clearly is that Democrats and Republicans, not all politicians, there is some good ones out there, I believe, but largely, I think a lot of them knew. Yes, Bill Clinton, remember he was banging Monica Lewinsky, so they're all in on it. I think if you guys can if all of us can grasp the levity of it, they are all part of it, and that's why they've been protecting each other. Yeah, so Biden protected Trump. I know that's hard to believe, but it's like almost saying like, okay, if I if I did something and I really hate this other guy, well, how am I going to expose his lie? Because then he's going to tell. Don't you have like a friend out there, like, guys, girls, maybe you're like, oh, hey, I cheated and did this, and my friend is the only one who knows this. But guess what? I know he cheated also, so we have something on each other. So I know if I tell on him, then that's going to release him to tell on me. So I believe, and I don't have any facts here, but I believe that is why none of this has come to light until now.
crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you.
You know what my question is? Why did these guys let these pictures be taken? Isn't that kind of one of the most interesting things I find on the Epstein files? Now, I understand the snuff films and stuff like that because these sickos pass this stuff around, but why would they let anybody take their picture in this positioning? How safe did they feel around Epstein? You know, it's the billionaire boys club. It's one big club, and we aren't in it. And thank God. I just saw Joe Rogan was like, yeah, he was talking to Cheryl Hines, RFK's wife, and asking him, why you that? And of course, Cheryl Hines like, yeah, why didn't anybody else release this before this administration? Because, bitch, they're all in on it.
Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before.
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Never
I agree with
mentioned
you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did.
And I'm not saying Biden directly protected Trump, but I'm saying by Biden probably having an idea that how many other people, his friends, were on this list, he's protecting his friends, and in return, that was protecting Trump. Take them all down.
A whole string of failures, but you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files.
Here we go.
Like former Prince. Here's the video.
What do you think he's saying? I feel like Trump is like, see that one? I could bang her if he says something that's hilarious to Epstein, because you don't buckle over or turn around and laugh unless it's hilarious.
Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there
Sure
any
about
underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
Real quick, sorry, no, Trump did not kick Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago. Epstein was found, that was found in the files. Trump lied about that, allegedly. He was never a guest, or I'm sorry, he was never a member, and Trump never did actually kick Epstein out. That's what he's told. You know, I think the hard part to understand is that these politicians all lie. They all will lie to cover their ass. Somebody said Trump is the most transparent. He signed the Epstein files law, idiot. He was forced to release them. Yeah, but so why are they all redacted, idiot?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that.
Why so
Victim's
performative?
face.
This just feels like you're lying when you're that performative. Oops, sorry, I messed it up. Also, all you bitches who are talking shit in the comments, not bitches, I won't be rude. Come on the show and talk to my face. Come share your opinion. This is a public forum. Anybody's invited. Just copy and paste the link and come on in and talk to me, and let's talk like adults. Thank you.
Power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I answer
question.
your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the
Oh, sorry about that, Felson133. You were being sarcastic, calling Pam an idiot, not me. Thank you. Yeah, I apologize.
video.
Good. I was thinking, like, based on that song, you could easily tell the year, right? That was like probably like 93, I feel like. It's kind of a 93 kind of feel.
Like former Prince
CJ
Andrew.
Hoffman, I don't really have a lot of reason to lie to you guys. I'm not legacy media. I'm not being paid to do this. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my own heart, out of the willingness to bring people together and meet in the middle. So if you want to come on the show and chat, come on in. I just posted a link to the show. Everybody is welcome. Come on in. Please share your opinion here on Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your world collide.
Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at
Thank
that
you,
party
Arab Queen,
or
for
at any
watching.
party that Trump
I understand you got to go back to work. I feel you. Thank you. I really appreciate you always watching.
attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
Okay.
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman,
that
please
those
stop.
Sorry, Todd, you're right. I'll take back calling you bitches. Sometimes I get frustrated, but everybody's calling me names in the comments. So let's quit the name calling. Todd, why don't you come on the show and let's talk like gentlemen?
He
clock. My time.
signed
Stop the clock.
the legislation.
Time.
This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to
Time
take my
ridiculous.
time.
time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard Donald Trump.
Listen to this, guys. This is crazy. I want everybody to really listen into this witness. Nah, I like reading the comments. That's okay, Todd. You don't have to come talk to my face like a man. Listen to this, though. I want everybody to just, please, everybody, whether you're a libtard or whether you're Maga, Let me know what you think about this witness account. This is sickening and fascinating to me. I'm telling you, Epstein and them were like cannibals. Like, it's satanic. Like, we can't even understand. I don't think we can even process what these disgusting men were really doing. But listen to this.
It's on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove.
Thank you, Glenn Benton. Listen to this video that we're just about to read. This is from a witness who they haven't interviewed. So we don't know. Is this a credible witness? Is it not? But here's an example of what Donald Trump may have been involved in, okay? And I just hate to say it, guys. Whether you love these people or not, a lot of them are into some really dark shit, So listen to this. I want everybody to listen to this.
Drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately.
That's true. Did you hear that? This limo driver wanted to pull over and beat up Trump. Now, are these lies? I don't know, guys. Nobody believes your CNN Communist News Network talking points. Thank you, Kenny Bell. Yeah, CNN sends me my talking points every day. Again, guys, come on the show and let's chat. This is a town hall. It's a group forum. Come share your opinion.
Epstein should rot in hell. So should the men who patronized his operation. And as we say here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
Okay. What do you guys think about that? Did you also see that Pam Bondi, she hasn't talked to any of the survivors? Why? Why would she not interview them? Why would she not hear their stories? That's my questions. You may have been involved, so you're not willing to see that Trump was an informant. Yeah, no, they tried to say that. Where is the evidence that Trump was an informant? Please send me the links. Thank you, guys. Hillary suicided a guy in the woods with 2 shots to the back of the head. I'm not sure it was Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I'm sure the Clintons, guys, we know. But you know what? The Clintons they're ready to testify. They're ready to come in front and say something. I don't know. If there was any credible evidence on Trump, it would have been used against him during the election. Well, I don't think the files were not open yet. If you remember, when we had the government shutdown, they delayed voting on bringing him out. And then also, why are there redactions in these files? Obviously, we should protect the victims, but why are we protecting, like Deepak Chopra allegedly is on this. So, let's forget Trump. Let's forget Biden. Let's forget, Bill Gates, like all these people. It's just, there's no party lines. Can I call in? Yes. Who is that? Let me see. Yes. Decon Frost, come on in. Let me post it right here. All you have to do is copy and paste the links. Yes, the Clintons are all on it. So let's take them down, guys. I think what you have to understand, at least about me, I'm not here to peddle any lies. I'm not here to, hate on Trump and just do that. I'm more interested in bringing Americans together. That's my goal. Pam Bondi is scared to death. Trump has them all threatened. They're like their cushy paycheck. Yeah. And I think that's the thing too. The attorney general is not saying, hey, the president, he's the best president ever. It's like, they're supposed to, be non-biased. You know what I mean? Like, they're not supposed to just, yes, fuck both parties. Yeah. Deepak Chopra is in there. I mean, it's crazy. Thank you, Decon. I'm glad you found your way in here. Yeah, if you'd like to copy and paste the link, it's right here, right there in the comments. Come on in. I'll let you on the show. And show me how Trump was not an informant. You bring the record. I don't have it. Let me see if I can pull something up. But I do remember they kind of, I think there's nothing in the files that has said he was an informant for them. And guys, look, I mean, I just hate to say it, but while Donald Trump might be a great president to a lot of you, sure has he done some good things, of course. But I think we all have to accept the fact that it's possible that a lot of these men are just not who we thought they were. Why were the Democrats in charge of these files for 4 years and nothing done? Please. Yeah, I know, guys. Glenn, I already answered that. It's because they're all in on it. Am I not being clear enough? Because that question continues to come up. People say, well, why didn't they do anything about this before? That, I think that's everybody's question. I agree. Why didn't George Bush do anything? Was it because he was covering up 9/11? I mean, doesn't 9/11 even, seem a little funny? They've, conspiracy theorists said like controlled demolitions or building 7. Why did that go down? I'm not going to dive in that hole, but I'm just saying, these politicians are pretty disgusting people. Epstein was arrested in 2019. The FBI has had the files for years and no one has been arrested. It's a bad joke. So you don't think it's real? That's what I'm wondering. You can't send links on YouTube. Well, you could maybe put it in the comments. And yeah, also come on the show. Whoever said they wanted to call in, please come on the show. I always love to talk to people. I don't like to be talk to people who agree with me. That's preaching to the choir. I love to hear from other people, who are extreme MAGA. I really love to hear what MAGA thinks on this, because at the end of the day, I believe we're all being taken advantage of. We're all meant to be just continue fighting like crabs in a barrel, because that keeps our attention on each other and not the billionaires, which are the real issue. Epstein was a Mossad collecting information. Yeah, I agree. I think the real truth is Epstein, and I know people say allegedly Israel, has something to do with this. I'm Jewish and I don't approve of a lot of what Israel has done at all. I have Mo Amer, a famous comedian. He's a friend of mine. The Philistines, like I love the Palestinians. And I actually found out they don't do a P. People say Palestine. It's Philistine. They're Philistines. And I don't ever support genocide. I'm Jewish. I don't understand how, my ancestors went through a Holocaust. So how could you ever turn around and not have your eyes be woke and open to what is really going on? Where do you send links? Can't send in the chat. You guys can send it to my email if you want. You are gay, MAGA pedophile. Okay. Thank you for that. Then why do I have Trump derangement syndrome? Guys, I hate to say it, but that's not a real thing. It's kind of funny. I think it's Trump devotion syndrome is probably more accurate. You can't idolize a US president. I always say this, like, I loved Obama, but you know what I never owned? I never owned an Obama hat. I never would put an Obama flag on a boat, a pickup truck, a motorcycle, anything. I just don't idolize a president. Do you guys idolize US presidents? I just don't personally. I idolize our Constitution. I respect the office. But yes, both sides are in on it. I think that's the thing. If we can all come to come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody come together, learn to love one another right now. You know what I mean? We have to come together now. The best is that he made a call to the Florida police chief and said everyone knew. After Epstein was arrested and confessed, they all knew. I mean, everybody knew, guys. I mean, I'm sure it is. I mean, for example, with Diddy, everybody knew Diddy was doing some low down dirty shit for years. But guess what? Diddy had so much power in the music business, you were done. If you went against him, he could literally blackball you. And in these cases, it sounds like they've had people killed. Hey, Action Pack, welcome to the chat. Bondi is a swinger in Florida, and Jeff used to bang her. Interesting, allegedly. Homie, you can't send links in the YouTube comments. Okay. You can send it to my email or else come on the show. I still would love to have somebody come on. I just don't understand. I don't have Trump devotion syndrome. I don't know what you guys think. I don't idolize Trump like people do. I'm sorry. He's not my daddy. I know you guys like to say that. I loved Obama and he was not my daddy. I did not have what would they call it? ODS, Obama derangement syndrome. I did not have that. Democrats are football bots. Interesting. I've never heard that. What did Mark Twain call the Gilded Age? I don't know. Please tell me, deadly dude. Thanks for that little education. Is there an Epstein painting with George Bush with 2 fallen Jenga towers with 2 paper planes? Yeah. Isn't that creepy, Todd? I've seen that. And then the one with Bill Clinton sitting in a dress in red high heels. TDS is for pedos and morally bankrupt. Okay. Play the hearing again for the people in the back, Sam. Okay, let's do that again. Thank you, E. Woods. This was again just going after Pam Bondi. I mean,
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't,
hang on. Let's play that again.
I'm going to show you 2 photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey.
I agree. I totally agree with you, Charles. I think they are trying to limit the damage. And I think that's what, people say, why didn't they break this out early? Because I think it's hard for a lot of us to really fathom and process that it could collapse the U.S. government. This could, and this is a major security issue. I mean, we are so vulnerable right now. I mean, we have ICE all in the streets. I mean, it would be so easy to attack America right now. And honestly, you guys, I don't even want to say this, but it's like when 9/11 hit, I mean, Stephen Miller does not want us to have midterm elections. They really are trying to call the Insurrection Act so they can cancel our elections. And that is a very scary thought, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat winning, free and fair elections are what we all deserve.
Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
Hey, if anybody's Sputnik, if anybody would come on and just explain Trump derangement syndrome to me, I don't understand that. So you're Jewish, but you're against what Israel is doing. Did you realize how much wants to wipe out Christians and Jews and everybody that's not Muslim is mostly what it's about? No, I mean, I don't really approve of apartheid. I think the Palestinians deserve to be free. Of course, Israel has a right to exist, all of that. But I don't like that we're giving so much money to Israel when America first. I don't know. Are you guys not America first? I don't like that we're giving $40 billion to Argentina, all this. We need that money here in America. I am America first, if you need to know one thing about me.
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face.
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim.
Thank you, Dekan. I appreciate your honesty. I just think, you can't idolize a president.
Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime.
Geez, Tim, that's disgusting. I haven't heard this before. Please, I don't know. It's disgusting. Take them all down. Biden, I know Biden was touchy. He was creepy old man. Biden said, Biden doesn't do anything. Let's go, Brandon. Come on.
That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients like former Prince Andrew.
Now, that's interesting. I never idolized a president before, but I do now. And I think that's a real issue. I don't think you can idolize Trump. And here's another. Everybody keeps saying Trump 2028. Guys, our Constitution does not allow a president to serve 3 terms. And anybody who wants this, you're not a patriot. You're not a true American patriot.
Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two
That's a racist
photos,
statement.
please put the photos back up. These two photos.
You know who's Muslim? Dave Chappelle is a friend of mine. I love Dave Chappelle, and I have several Muslim friends. You see, here's a problem, guys, with stereotypes and stuff like that. Just because there might be some Muslims who aren't great, that doesn't mean we can't call all Muslims, right? There's a lot of white people, mostly white people commit our mass shootings here in America. Do I hate all white people? No, of course not. So you really have to let go of that hate.
Photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
Yeah.
I don't believe you asked Merrick.
Why didn't she? You hear that? Why didn't she prosecute Prince Andrew? He's not an American president. He's not American. He has nothing to do with this. Why? And then she says, I don't think you asked Merrick Garland. Of course. And Bill Barr before that, like, guys, we need to be in the present. We can't just say, well, what about, I mean, don't you know, like, haven't you had fights with your family or something that went wrong? And the way to move forward is to address today. You can be like, well, you did this, you did this, you did. Well, okay. But if we can't ever forget, and not forget, but move on to today, we're lucky we are finding out about these Epstein files. You know, I will praise Donald Trump for giving us the Epstein files, for allowing us to have this conversation. Now, I don't believe it's going to play out great for him and his buddies and all these other Democrats, but I do thank Donald Trump for at least where we are now, that we have released the files, but they need to be completely unredacted.
Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before.
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time. I agree with you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr.
Thanks, Charles.
As did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. Who
in their right mind would love Obama? I love Obama's, he's charismatic. He's got the riz. He's a good family man. He's got a great jump shot. And I like the way, I remember there was an old, when he was campaigning, and there was a guy in his crowd as a MAGA guy, and he's yelling, and he said, hold on. He said, he's got freedom of speech and he's an American. And like when Obama was running against John McCain, and that crazy lady was like, he's a Muslim, he's a terrorist, he's not from me. It's like, no, hold on, miss. He's a good family man, is what John McCain said. He said, we disagree fundamentally on a lot of things, but we're just running together, right? And I think that's where we need to get back to.
protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I answer
question.
your question about protecting
You answered
Prince
the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the video.
Okay, Tim, I appreciate your honesty.
Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
Jason, got it. You're a white racist liberal. All right, well, come on to the show and talk to me about my racism. Please cure me of my white racism. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Come on to the show. There's the link.
This
All
is
you
so
got to do,
ridiculous.
you copy and paste it, and I will bring you into the chat. Let's talk. It's an open forum for everybody. That's how we heal, guys. People say, "Oh, Sam, you're pretty patient to let people come on the show, yell at you, call you all these names." But I think once we get past the name calling, we realize we're really not that different.
And that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be
I got your
released.
Are you sick of it? Like, no matter who it is, I can't stand when they get asked a question and then they say, they're just like, oh, well, you did, but like, answer the fucking question. Democrat, Republican, whoever you are, it should be a rule that you have to answer the question or you go to fucking jail. I just don't get it. I couldn't do this at work. If somebody said, Sam, I need a question, I'd be like, oh, really? They're like, Sam, why were you late for the third time? Oh, really, Mr. Miller? Well, why are you cheating on your wife? You know, it just, that doesn't work in the real world. And I think we need to hold our politicians to the fire.
answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please stop the
to
clock.
sign
Stop the clock.
the legislation.
What is the lie?
This is
Time,
this
I'd like
is
to reclaim
ridiculous.
my time.
time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up
Mark, what did I lie about? Please come on the show and let's talk about the lies.
another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just
Damn, she is such a level 10 Karen. Can you imagine? Thank you, Real Cheryl. I love you. I hope you're doing good. We need truth, transparency. We have to unite together as brothers and sisters and stand up for corruption and fraudulent pedophiles. I totally agree. And I hope everybody agrees on that.
lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you. Here is a
Yeah, you know what's funny, Larry? I don't think so. But it's funny. I'm Jewish, and like just because I don't support everything Israel's doing, I hate. You know what's weird that you just now said this? I remember in my dream was Benjamin Netanyahu, and I pushed him to the side of a hallway, like up against a wall. It's so funny that you just said that because you know sometimes during your day you'll have something you're like, oh shoot, I saw that in my dream. And I remember I saw Benjamin Netanyahu and I kind of walked past him and pushed him against the wall. I do not like Benjamin Netanyahu. He's actually creating more anti-Semitism than anybody. You know what I mean? It's because if you look at so many people have talked about that it's an apartheid state over there, that the Palestinians are not free to do what they want. I'm all, I'm Jewish. Of course, I love all my Jewish brothers and sisters, but I just can't support Benjamin Netanyahu at all. So you can call me an anti-Semite if you want. It's kind of laughable. But go ahead.
witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide.
It's disgusting. And listen to this. This is crazy. ICE obviously is totally out of hand. Look at this video of asking this one.
Do you have an ID on you, ma'am?
I don't need an ID to walk around.
Okay, so look, this is a Somalian woman because I had a MAGA guy on, Texas MAGA air gunner, and he said he has not seen them. I don't want to live in an America where I'm walking down the street and they say, hey, let me see your papers. That's not American. I don't care what you say. It's not constitutional. It is not how it should be. And somebody said, that's not happening. Show me a video. So here's a video of that happening.
In my city. This is my
Okay,
city.
do you have
This is
some
my
ID
home.
then, please?
I don't need an
If
ID.
not, we're going to put you in the vehicle and we're going to ID you.
An ID.
Huh?
I'm not going to take out. You take out your ID.
You don't have an ID?
I'm not going to take out an ID.
Hey man, it's
I am
gonna
U.S.
happen either
citizen.
way.
I am U.S. citizen.
All right, can we see an ID, please?
I am U.S. citizen. I
Back.
don't need to carry around an ID in my home.
Well,
This is
where,
my
you,
home.
where were you born?
This is my home.
Where were you born,
Minneapolis is my home.
ma'am? That's not.
This
That's.
is-
We're
this-
doing an immigration check. We're doing a citizen
this
check.
This is
and we're
where.
asking you where you were born.
This is where I belong. This is my home.
Ma'am, you
and
can
I-
belong here, but where were you
and
born?
I am not.
You hear this? This is not in America. And you must be ignorant if you voted for Obama, Biden. You know, what's funny is I could easily say the same about somebody else. You don't know who I voted for, but I did vote for Obama and Biden, and I did vote for Harris. But I can equally think you're just as dumb for voting for Trump. But I'm not gonna tell you that, man. Come on the show, Jason, Jizzin, and talk about it. I put the link in there. Mark, what am I lying about? I just don't. Everybody's saying I'm lying. Please let me know what I'm lying about. Thank you.
I'm gonna give you an ID.
Then we're gonna put you in the vehicle until we can ID you.
I belong here. I should be walking
don't care
around
for
here
Trump.
free. I shouldn't be afraid in my life at this point.
Ma'am, do you have an
You
ID
making
to
me
give
a
us?
skirt? No.
Yes,
I don't know if I
you're
agree with
correct.
that.
You making me a skirt. You making me a
Do you have an
panic.
ID?
This is my home.
Ma'am, where were you born?
I am U.S. citizen. I am U.S. citizen. And I don't think so you have a right to picture me. Why I am in my home.
Smells like
walking around
racism,
in my
Mark.
home.
What are you trying to say there? Mark, come on the show and talk to me, baby. Come on. Please, I'm daring anybody. I got to end this feed soon. I've got about a few minutes. This is it. I dare you to come on, double dog, triple dog, dare you, come on the show and let's talk. I can't stand when everybody just yells in the comments. Let's have a real conversation. I like to see your face. I like to hear your voice. And I want to talk with you as man to man or woman to woman.
This is not acceptable. You guys, you're terrorizing people.
Ma'am,
And it's not
where
acceptable.
were you born?
It doesn't matter where I was born. I belong here. I am U.S. citizen.
Racism was going
What
down
else
for
can I say?
Obama. Not sure
I'm
about
citizen.
that, Todd.
This is my home.
But Todd, come share your opinion on the show. I would love to hear. Why didn't this clown ask about Hillary's emails? I think I did. I mean, didn't they disprove Hillary's emails or whatever? Benghazi, go get Hillary. Do you think I like Hillary? I couldn't stand Hillary. Hillary was awful, right? She's so
You
awful.
realize that if you lie that you're a
Minneapolis-
U.S. citizen,
Minneapolis is my home.
then you can get
Minneapolis is
federal
my
charges.
home. I belong here. I'm sorry. I belong.
Nope. Dave Chappelle he's a Muslim. That's his religion. So I'm just saying you can't just hate it. I mean, I don't hate Christians. I don't hate Jewish people. I don't hate Buddhas. I don't hate Muslims. You just can't hate an entire race just because there might be some that are not good. You just can't hate them all.
Here. I'm not gonna take out an ID. What the fuck?
And again, it's just sad what ICE is doing. Listen to this, what this police officer said.
As the last 2 weeks, we, as law enforcement community, have been receiving endless complaints about civil rights violations in our streets from U.S. citizens. What we're hearing is they're being stopped in traffic stops or on the street with no cause and being
All right. Mark, that's not true, bro.
forced to demand paperwork to determine if they are here legally. As this went on over the past 2 weeks, we started hearing from our police officers the same complaints as they fell victim to this while off duty. Every one of these individuals is a person of color who has had this happen to them. In Brooklyn Park, one particular officer that shared her story with me was stopped as she passed ICE going down the roadway.
Listen to this, guys. This is a police officer. And mind you, all the people he's saying were profiled are brown, black and brown people.
When they boxed her in, they demanded her paperwork, of which she's a U.S. citizen and clearly would not have any paperwork. When she became concerned about the rhetoric and the way she was being treated, she pulled out her phone.
Thanks,
In
he
an
would.
attempt to record the incident, the phone was knocked out.
They knocked the phone out of her hand. This is a police officer, right? There's a United States citizen police officer who they profiled because I believe she was Latina.
Of her hands, prevented her from recording it. The officer had their guns drawn during this interaction. And after the officer became so concerned, they were forced to identify themselves as a Brooklyn Park police officer in hopes of slowing the incident and de-escalating the incident down. The agents then immediately left after hearing this, making no other comments, no other apologies, just got in their vehicles and left.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a leader that doesn't name call anymore. I'm getting tired of it. Look at this, guys. They took a baby. This is
vulnerability of a child that age to be in that
I mean, a 2-month-old, guys. They said they were going after the worst of the worst and the criminals. Like, come on. What would Jesus do? I'm a Jew for Jesus. Like, this is
trailer
terrible.
prison, and in those conditions,
Hey, Pam.
to me was just horrible. And I first found out about it because we were meeting all these families and these kids, Liam, and then a younger girl who kept coming up to me and asking me to help get her out. And I thought, what's the youngest person here?
Amen.
And they finally told me a 2-month-old.
What message do you have? What are you doing to try to help them, just like what you did with Liam?
2-month-old.
Well, first, I would say that this is not your fault, that there's so many in the country who love you and who are praying for you and doing everything that we can to get you out of there and get you home. I saw that one story of a little girl who her parents were taking her to Disney World and then they got picked up by ICE and she blames herself. And you see kids that in Dilley that are either just stone-faced from the trauma or they're very emotional and sobbing and crying. And a lot of them, I think, are blaming themselves and are feeling guilty.
God, it's just tragic. It really is heartbreaking. Look at this.
Hey, listen, the reason why I stopped you is because we're doing an immigration inspection, and I need to verify whether or not you're lawfully in this country or not. Can I see your ID, please?
You don't need to see my ID.
Can you lower the window, please, all the way down?
You could hear me like this. What?
Right. What happened to Don't Tread
Just
on Me?
all the way down, please, all the way down. Okay, lower your window on the other side so you can, my partner can see you.
The heck?
These are not police. They don't have a right to do this. This is crazy. Yes, they're all on the same side, the pedophiles. I totally agree. Thank you for your comment.
Okay. Do you have any weapons or narcotics in the vehicle?
Calling it an apartheid state doesn't actually make it one. Have you done any research? Have you seen? I mean, Palestinians, they have to be, they can't go anywhere. The IDF is like all on top of them. I mean, this is not, I'm not sitting here lying. I'm Jewish and I recognize it.
I don't answer any questions without my attorney.
Okay. Listen, the reason why I stopped you was because when we were at the Home Depot, you were talking to a group of Mexicans. Okay. When you saw me, you got in your car and then you left. Okay. That gives me a reasonable suspicion to believe you're hiding something. So,
what I'm hearing is that you're profiling me. Aren't you Mexican? Why are you being racist?
Listen, the Supreme Court allows
Did you hear
me
me
to stop
said
you.
I saw you talking to some Mexicans at Home Depot. I mean, again, they're racially profiling, man. I can't. Most of these ICE are just Proud Boys. Let's be honest. They found out Enrique Tarrios, the head of the Proud Boys, is registered as a member of ICE.
And verify their immigration status. Okay.
Supreme Court, man, you're wearing a mask. You know it's a new law in California that you can't wear a mask anymore.
Okay. I don't care what Gavin Newsom has to say. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
You work for him?
We're federal agents. Right. Okay. Has nothing to do with the local laws here. Okay. We're at the federal level. Okay. So I need to see your ID right now. Turn off the car right now.
I'm invoking my right to remain silent. I don't speak without my attorney.
Okay. Turn off the car right now. I don't want you to get away. Turn off your car right now. Listen, man, don't make this complicated. Are you a U.S. citizen, yes or no?
I'm invoking my right to remain silent. I already told you that.
Okay, listen, do me a favor. Turn off the car because I don't want you to get away. Turn off the car right now.
I don't have to turn off the car, man. What?
Listen, turn off the car right now. Hey, get in front of the car. If he moves 1 fucking inch, you know what to do, okay?
Yeah. What is that? You know
You're trying to get shot? Huh? Roll down the window right now. In front of the car. If he moves 1 fucking inch, you know what to do, okay?
What?
You're trying to get shot? Huh? Roll down the window right now.
We could speak like this, clearly.
Roll down the window right now, kid.
I'm not doing none of that.
Okay.
What is it you want?
I need to know what is your country of origin.
You don't need to know all that, man. Come on. Just let me pass by. I just was going to get some supplies from Home Depot.
Do you have an ID or not? I saw you at the Home Depot. Now you saw me, okay? The minute you saw me, you started taking off.
Yeah.
All right, you're just assuming things now.
Okay. All right. Do me a favor, stay in the car, partner. Hey, how you doing?
I mean, that's just not American, guys. This is not what our Constitution allows. I don't know. Anybody who signed up for this, I'm sure you wouldn't like it if you were on the side of that. You know, what would Jesus do? Do unto others as you want done to yourself. And I'm guessing most of you would not like to be pulled over and asked if you're an American. Here's some pictures Silky Sweet sent me of 2 pictures of Trump in the files. Wow, you voted for Venn diagram. I don't know what that means, Todd. Let's go ICE. Yay, Michael. You're probably a good Christian. Michael, come on the show and sing Ice Ice Baby. Tell me why you love ICE so much. Pretty sure the federal government can ask for ID at any time. No, they don't have the right to walk up to you. There has to be reason for suspicion. They cannot, and they're not police officers. They're supposed to be at the border. They do not. Do you want to live in a country? Would you like to walk down the street and have somebody come and say, "Are you American? Show me your papers"? I don't want that. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't want to live in a police state. Clowns really think making baseless claims is the same as stating facts. It's state government. Press the thumbs up. E-Woods, thank you so much. Yes, guys, make sure hit those thumbs up. Host, I bet when that bullet missed Trump, you were pissed. No, I don't wish death on anybody. I didn't like Charlie Kirk. I didn't, he was a racist, sexist, you name it. But he didn't deserve to die. I think his wife is weird and creepy. I personally think Trump's the assassination attempt was staged, allegedly. How do they just have the flag that comes down? And tell me this, who is going to get shot at? There's an active shooter out and you're going to pop your head back out and say, fight, fight, fight for a picture. I just don't really believe it. And why haven't we heard anything about his alleged assassin? I'm eating dinner. Nice, Todd. Enjoy. What are you eating? LOL. Todd, what are you eating? Exactly. Lou's entire point was that the claims weren't baseless. That was the entire point of a contention. That's why he brought up the witness report that was ignored. I agree. I totally agree. Yep. Pizzagate. Pizzagate turns out to be real. That was, they were saying pizza was code word for some stuff. I got to get rolling. I love you guys. I got to go do Pilates. I know I'm sure a lot of you guys will say that's a little libtard, but that's what we do to stay in shape. Thank you guys for this lovely little hour of power and all of your polite conversations. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you coming on. This is Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your world collide. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of the world. Oops.
Can you freestyle rap at all?
Not yet.
Doesn't it appear to be extremely coincidental that you guys arrest people right outside of Governor Newsom's press conference? Is this really just a show of power?